All right, when you hear artificial intelligence, what pops into your head? Probably a robot, right? Or maybe a self-driving car. But what if I told you that AI's next big frontier is actually a field of vegetables? Yep. Today, we're digging into how algorithms are starting to choose the very food that ends up on our plates. Think about it. If you're planting a little garden in your backyard, picking the right seeds is pretty straightforward. You read the back of the packet, maybe you ask a neighbor what works for them. Easy enough. But what happens when your garden is thousands of acres and your entire livelihood is on the line? Well, all of a sudden, that simple choice becomes one of the toughest, most critical decisions a farmer has to make. And I'm not exaggerating. For a grower, this isn't just some casual decision. It's the single most important financial choice they make all year. Get it right, and you've got a successful harvest, a profitable business. But get it wrong, you can lose everything. The stakes are incredibly high. So let's really get into the seed selection challenge, because it's about so much more than just trying to grow the biggest, juiciest tomato. It's about finding a seed that can actually survive and thrive in a unique and often totally unpredictable environment. I mean, the number of variables here is just staggering. It's not just about getting a good yield. A seed has to be perfectly matched to that area's specific microclimate, to a particular type of soil, and it has to stand up to crazy, unpredictable weather. A seed variety that works wonders in one field might completely fail just a couple of miles down the road. It's that sensitive. So for decades, the industry has tackled this the only way it knew how, through this incredibly slow, manual, and super expensive process. You're talking about testing thousands of different seed varieties, running field trials that take years and years, manually collecting mountains of data, and then trying to piece together feedback from growers. It was thorough for sure, but man, was it inefficient. But now a brand new tool is entering the field, literally, and it's ready to completely supercharge this ancient process. Artificial intelligence is here, and it's poised to solve this timeless problem with a level of speed and accuracy that we've just never seen before. And the difference here is like night and day. We're going from a slow, manual crawl to something that's fast and automated. Instead of being limited by what a handful of people can physically analyze, AI can crunch these colossal data sets in a blink. A validation process that used to take years, it can now be done in a fraction of the time, which, as you can imagine, saves a huge amount of time, money, and resources. This whole new approach has a name: algorithmic agriculture. And here's what it is in a nutshell. You take an AI and you feed it everything you can think of. Decades of data on crop performance, super detailed geographical maps, readings from soil sensors, historical climate patterns, you just pour it all in. And then the AI predicts with stunning accuracy which exact seed will be the top performer in one very specific spot. So who's actually making this happen? Well, this whole revolution is being driven by a really fascinating partnership. It's a team-up between one of the biggest names in agriculture and a new, shark innovator that was born out of the world of big tech. Okay, so on one side of the table, you've got Syngenta. They're a global giant. They have a massive library of vegetable seeds and decades upon decades of agricultural data. And on the other side, you have Heritable, an AI company that was actually spun out of Alphabet, Google's parent company. Heritable builds the cutting-edge AI tools, and Syngenta provides all that deep industry knowledge and data for the tools to learn from. It really is a perfect match. And what this partnership is creating is something truly remarkable. See, the real magic here isn't just about making broad recommendations for a whole state or a county. It's about generating predictions that are unbelievably precise. We are talking hyper-local. Their goal is nothing short of revolutionary: to be able to recommend the perfect seed, not just for a region, but for every single field, for any grower, anywhere on the planet. So, just how precise are we actually talking here? 10 meters by 10 meters. That's it. Let that sink in. This AI can predict seed performance for an area that's smaller than half a tennis court. It can analyze the unique soil, the unique sunlight, the unique everything of that tiny patch of land and tell a farmer which one of thousands of seed options will do best right there. I mean, that level of precision is it's mind-blowing. And as Matthew Johnston from Syngenta points out, this isn't just cool tech for the sake of cool tech. It all comes back to helping the grower. The whole point is to use these incredibly powerful tools to bring the absolute best innovation directly to the people who are growing our food to help them succeed. So, okay, this is obviously amazing technology for farmers, but why should the rest of us care? Well, it turns out this has massive implications for our entire global food system. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the real big picture. When you get down to it, this is about all of us. This is about improving food security across the globe by making our crops more resilient. That means making sure our food supply stays reliable and hopefully keeping it affordable. And maybe most important of all, it gives agriculture a powerful new weapon in the fight to adapt to a rapidly changing climate. And that really gets to the heart of it, right? As our climate gets more and more unpredictable, any tool that can give us a little bit of predictability becomes incredibly powerful. AI gives farmers a way to make smarter, data-driven decisions when everything else feels uncertain. And that is a win for every single one of us. Which leaves us with this one kind of wild question. We are entering a new era where the most basic choice in farming, what to plant and where to plant it, is being guided by an algorithm. So is the future of the food on your dinner plate actually being designed by code? It's a pretty powerful thought, isn't it?